Hey people, All Muscle here. If you are new to this channel, you probably already know that for the past 2 years or so, I've been obsessing over the idea of having a main story chapter exploring the Foreigner class and the other goals, explaining what they really are, where they came from, what's their ultimate goal with the Earth, and what's the role of Abigail Williams on all of this. All the concepts that I just mentioned has been teased throughout the years ever since 2017 with the Salem main story chapter, specifically the supposed massive role Abigail will have eventually. Then, if you read the epilogue of Ordeal Call 2, where she's talking with the Count of Monte Cristo, you might think she actually will save us from the biggest evil we have ever faced. Even though the second arc of FGO already ended in the JP server and we didn't got an Ordeal Call chapter for the Foreigner class, I still had hope that a Foreigner chapter will drop at any moment during the new arc of the main story. But after reading Nasu's comment on the latest Fate issue of the Famitsu magazine, I think this chapter was completely shafted of the main story of FGO, and unfortunately will not be happening during a foreseeable future of this game. I will now read a summary of Nasu's explanation about the other goals and why the servants who are possessed by them didn't show up in the final chapter of the second arc of the main story, so you guys can reach your own conclusions about the likely cancellation of this quote-unquote Foreigner chapter. Nasu clarifies on why several Foreigners did not appear in the finale, explaining that they are divided into two distinct categories: Servant Universe types and Other God types. While Servant Universe Foreigners are an extension of FGO, Other God types exist outside its world, because the Chaldeas faction deems other gods unnecessary and refrains from interfering with them, and the other gods themselves care nothing about Maris Chaldea's plans, so it's a mutual non-interference policy that keeps them out. That said, the bleaching was not a direct threat to the other gods, as none of them reside within the universe of FGO. Their primary goal is to claim the universe, but if it is to be wiped completely, they simply lose interest and move on to find another one. He hints that the quote-unquote unfilled slot mentioned in the 11th anniversary interview may not necessarily be the Foreigners. So, after reading this post and taking in consideration all the things that have been teased on FGO during the past few years, I feel like Nasu originally had the plan of exploring the other goals and the overall Foreigner class a few years ago, but at some point he realized that he wouldn't be able to pull this Foreigner chapter off on time before the final chapter of Arc 2. So he simply decided that the other goals won't have anything to do with the main story of FGO, and they and Chaldea were cool with each other just doing their own thing. That way they didn't have to interfere during the final chapter. As far as the reason why this chapter couldn't be conceived on time, well, there are a lot of possible reasons and we most likely never know what happened for sure. But I would like to put the blame on the writer of the Salem chapter, Meteo Hoshisora. The reason is actually pretty simple. Just take a look to what other Time Moon projects he has been involved with. Everything that this man touches seems to be on development hell, and I can totally see him being on charge of this Foreigner chapter since he brought the foundation of it, that being Salem. But then, for some reason, the chapter ended up in permanent hiatus like it happened to his other projects like Fate Requiem and Girl's Work. Which is rather unfortunate because I think this class has so much potential and depth that could end up becoming the next big threat not only in FGO but in the Nasuverse in general. So yeah guys, that's all I have to say today about the FGO chapter that unfortunately doesn't exist. Let me know in the comment section what are your thoughts and theories about the Foreigner chapter, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more FGO tinfoil hat theories. It's been your boy Muscle. Until next time, bye bye!